All right. Hey, I'm talking to Lonnie Bradley. Lonnie, how you doing, champ?
Doing good,
Old school veteran, man.
Yeah, that's what we do, man.
Used to fight back in the days, man. I remember your name circulating around back in Marquette. They were talking about bringing you up there at some point, man. Remember that?
Yeah, well, I remember that time there too, man. I'm looking forward to coming up there, man. It was definitely a good experience back then.
Yeah. How many amateur fights you had?
I had 75 amateur fights.
75 amateur fights, and then you turned pro one year?
I turned pro in 1992. In November.
Did you fight the trials then, I guess?
I fought in the Olympic trials, yeah. Fought in the Eastern Olympic trials up in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Who did you lose to?
Raul Marquez, which I thought I won.
He made the team, right?
Yeah, he made the team, but he didn't medal, man, you know.
Yeah.
He lost in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But, you know, I went on and had a good career. Once I made it to Olympic trials, after that I went back up. I went back to Lake Placid, you know, for the summer.
Oh yeah. So after the trials,
after the trials, yeah, I went. You know,
you didn't have any more fights after amateur fights.
I didn't have any more amateur fights after the trials, but I went to Lake Placid to train for the whole summer. So I was up there for the whole, you know, for the summer.
A lot of sparring there.
It was a lot of sparring. We had some good guys up there. You know, it was an Olympic training camp.
Right, yeah.
You know, so we had some guys up there. We made it through. You know.
Now you turned pro in '92. Then what was your pro record?
My pro record was 29-1-1.
29-1-1, bro. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, 29-1-1.
Did you win a title?
Yeah, I won the WBO title. I had 6 title defenses. You know, won them all. Won all 6 title defenses, and I relinquished the belt because I had a detachment which I had to get repaired. So I retired undefeated. But then I came back. You know,
most people do, man.
Yeah, I came back, but it was, you know, it's an old saying when they say you got to watch out for people that always want to help you because those are the ones that hurt you. So, you know, I mean, they were good people, but they didn't really know the sport of boxing.
Which people? Your management team or the people?
It was a management team. It was a management team / friend team.
Oh man.
You know, so you know, in this business, you know, you got to stick with the people that know what they're doing.
That's a good word of advice right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to stick with the people who know what they're doing. Your friend may have your best interests at heart, but he doesn't know the pitfalls that he can actually drag you into in this fight.
Like the people that really know the stuff, know the business, right?
Yeah, so, you know, and it's a small world out there, man. They only go to mess with people that they know. You know, as far as, you know, having a promoter somewhere on the West Coast and you on the East Coast, and if he knows you ran with people within his circle, you know, then he can, you know, he'll work with you. Yeah. And that's how the fight game is. If you ask me, it's a small family. Everyone knows each other.
Yeah, it seems like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's no outsiders, you know. You have to be in the sport for some time now for people to know who you are, for them to know.
And your friend that took the reins, what made you give the reins to your friend as opposed? I'm sure you were approached by a lot of people that do the stuff.
That's a good question, you know. Actually, I wasn't approached by no one. I was under the radar. And I did the World Trade Boxing Fund. You know, I did the World Trade Boxing fundraiser, and I met him there. But he actually had the same lockup with me back in '92 when I was just turning pro. So I befriended him then, and then we, like I said, you know, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. But I actually became a union carpenter. When I became a union carpenter, you know, he's already a carpenter himself, you know what I mean? He's a contractor out in Long Island.
So he's still your friend?
Yeah, he's still my friend. Still my friend. You know?
And look, Lonnie, I got a few questions to ask about your training, man.
Yeah.
You're a trainer, man. You fought what weight in amateurs?
I fought 156.
And then you turned pro, did you move up?
I fought to 160. I fought at 160.
All right, so you stayed around the same weight?
Same weight.
Fighting that weight, would you walk around at 160?
No, I actually walked around at 167.
Oh yeah,
I walked around at 167. You know, and you know, the most 170.
How often did you run when you were training?
Well, when I was training, I ran. That's a good question, but see now, because if I had a fight coming up, I ran every day.
Yeah.
You know, I ran every day, except the week before the fight.
Oh yeah?
Week before the fight, I wouldn't run. I would just come in and loosen up.
You wouldn't run at all?
Wouldn't run at all.
Really?
Wouldn't run them off for a whole week. You know, my body just got stronger, developed it, you know what I mean? So I can go to the distance. You know what I
It
mean?
probably took you a few fights to figure that out, that you probably need to chill out a little bit before the weekend of fight. Huh?
Yeah. Well, at that time, you know, I had some experienced people working. I had Dave Wolf and Bobby Cassidy. You know, those were two of the best in the game. You know, Dave Wolf was a manager who knew the game, who knows the game. God bless his soul. You know, but you know, he was a manager that actually knew and followed boxing. You know, he even wrote the book Foul on Connie Hawkins.
Yeah, right.
You know, and Bobby Cassidy is a solid professional trainer. He's a solid pro himself. So I had some good experience.
Some good people, man. I mean, you're a real good fighter. I remember you back in the day at the 29-101. I mean, that's a helpful thing. And you fought some top guys.
Thanks a lot.
What do you think would you eat that would keep you the strongest before you fight?
Oh, what I would eat before the fight?
Anything
pasta.
You're big on that, right?
Yeah, big on pasta, you know. Especially as an athlete, your body needs that pasta just to use it as fuel to burn. Yeah, you know. Pasta, you know, steak.
Alright, so you'd stick with it. That's typical boxing stuff, right?
Yeah, typical boxing stuff. Nothing, you know.
Who do you think is the toughest fight at 29-101?
My toughest fight? It was actually a 4-rounder.
Yeah.
It was a 4-rounder. Guy Ken Wallace up in Rochester, New York. He was actually a light heavyweight, but he got down to 164 to fight me. You know, and I'm waiting in that fight at 158. This is on the Buddy McGirt undercard, so he had a whole day to replenish his fluids back. You know.
It's funny. All the guys you fought, here's a guy I never even heard of, and that's the toughest fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Lonnie, I see you training now. You're working with people now at the Mendez Gym in New York, just passing the information, the knowledge on to the next generation. Huh?
Well, yeah, I'd like to pass it. Keep your hands up, man. There's no better fighter than the fighter that keeps his hands up. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what's important, because it's all about development. You won't get it overnight. You know, it takes years of practice.
So stick with the people that know the business.
Stick with the people that knows the business.
Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up, chin down, and get to bed at night.
That's always there. So give me a word of advice for the youngsters coming up, and you just gave it all right there, bro. Hey, good. Thanks for the talk, Lonnie Bradley. You're the best, bro.
Thanks,
all right, man.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.